Well, look at there. Look at there. Look at there. Yeah, what is that? Is that Matt? Yep. That's me in the third person and all. Here with you back after being off, and hope you enjoyed your Veterans Day holiday. I hope you did get to take the day off. We did. Celebrated Veterans Day by taking a day off. And here we are back with you, smack middle of the week, marching towards another weekend of college football, high school football playoffs. And I don't know if you realized it. Have you thought about this? Have y'all thought about this? Tomorrow is exactly 2 weeks from Thanksgiving. You realize how close that is? Now, if you're a really, really astute listener to the show, somebody who has paid attention and past, I don't know, just kicking around ideas and thoughts and opinions and things to note, put on the calendar. If you're a really astute listener to this show, then you know it's not just Thanksgiving. There's something else. 2 weeks from tomorrow also. What could that be? Oh, I don't know. I do know, actually. Do you know? That's the question. Do you know? Anywho, welcome in on this Wednesday. Glad to be back with you in the Bureau, the Farm Bureau Insurance Studio. Farm Bureau Insurance. Go with the home team. They are your home team. You're like, wait a minute, man. Hold on. Time out. What is 2 weeks other than Thanksgiving? What is 2 weeks from tomorrow? I'm going to tell you. Just hang on. Just be patient. What's it Conan used to say? Stay cool, my babies. Yep. Live with you here in the Bureau, and lots of ways for you to be a part of the show. I'm a happy fellow today. It's starting to warm back. It's really perfect. You know, I gotta be honest with you, 22 degrees, that's not perfect. You know, but shoot. Mid-70s, bright sunshine, bring that on. That's what we have today. So that's great. I've got plenty of hot coffee in the thermos from High Point Roasters in New Albany, Mississippi. In fact, recently I got 3 brand new 1-pound bags of coffee, whole bean, grinding it up. And yeah, so I'm stocked up. I'm drinking a lot of coffee. I've decided to give up soft drinks. I'm giving it up. It's just going to be the rest of the way for me until I kick the bucket someday. Ever how many years from now that is. It's just going to be water and coffee. I'll stick to it. Oh, but I got the coffee. All right. So comment on the live stream. Hey to you. A bunch of folks, Sven and Gene and Jared and everybody getting in already. I'll come to your comments on the live stream if you're on Facebook or YouTube or X, formerly Twitter. If you just type in a comment, post it, then it pops up on the screen. Nice, neat, handy one column here. We can put it up on the screen so everybody can see what your thoughts, questions, opinions, and otherwise are. And you can be a part of the show that way. And text me on the Country Pleasin' text line. Country Pleasin' sausage on grocery store shelves all around the Southeast. It's the best. The best. 3 cheese, jalapeno and cheddar, jalapeno and pineapple and pork. Yes, sir. Maple and blueberry. Pepper jack and green onion. Did I already say that? I don't think so. Plain old green onion is real good. 3 cheese. I said that one. Black pepper and cheddar. Yeah. Crawfish and pork. Duck and pork. Habanero. I could go on and on. Country Pleasin' sausage. Comes from right here in Mississippi. Anyhow, text me on the Country Pleasin' text line. It's wide open to you. It's a live show today. It's not pre-recorded. We don't actually do that. Y'all notice that? We don't do the pre-recorded thing. Maybe we should. Maybe I should. Anyhow, yeah, text me. The number to text, 885-3776. That's a 601 number, 885-3776. Or call me on the Junction phone. Junction delis all across the state of Mississippi, fueled by Prince Oil Company. The wonderful Prince family. You talk about hardworking, right kind of folks, and have done a great thing fueling Central Mississippi since 1960. Anyhow, call me. That number, 897-1059. That's a 601 number, 897-1059. So 2 weeks from tomorrow, it's Thanksgiving, but what else could it be? What else could it be, I wonder? Happy Wednesday, Beaver.
Hey, Matt. Wyatt, first
yeah?
and first mostly, I have to tell you a true story.
Okay.
A few minutes ago, when you were talking about, what is it going to be on Thursday? And you go, hang on, I'm going to tell you. Immediately, out loud to myself, I say, be cool, my babies. And then you go, as Conan would say, be cool, my babies.
You always say, get out of my head, get out of my head. Well, Beaver, I don't know what it is, but we really do think about a lot of the same things at the same time.
Yeah. And I'm okay with it.
I'm okay with it too. Hey, no, but Beav, I may have dreamed this. I don't think I did. It is 2 weeks from tomorrow, not only Thanksgiving, but is it also your birthday?
It is indeed.
Whoa! How about that? I bet nobody out there got that but me.
I don't even know how you knew.
You told me.
When did I tell you?
I don't.
Because I don't like to tell people, because when it comes and then they forget it, then you can shame them.
Right.
So it's best not to even bring it up and wait and see.
Oh, but Beav, you've already learned here recently, bringing it up to me even a day or two before has nothing to do with my ability to forget it that day.
True.
Because I might smooth forget it. No, and see, but that's the reason I remembered it this time, is because at some point in the last couple of years, Beav, when it was your birthday on that particular day in November, I plugged it into my calendar so that I wouldn't forget. You see what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, man, Beav, your birthday will be on Thanksgiving Day. So, one, you're going to get the day off on your birthday. Two, I think I asked you this before, but again, I don't remember the answer. Will you have birthday cake, et al., things like that, after Thanksgiving lunch or dinner or whatever it is? I mean, will it all be mashed into one day?
I can't even remember the last time I had a birthday cake.
Yeah.
I can't even guess. It's been so long since I had a birthday cake. So no, there won't specifically be any cake.
Okay.
But on Thanksgiving, I imagine we'll have the typical desserts. There's always pecan pie involved in Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
So which quite honestly sounds better than a birthday.
Just put a candle in some of that, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, hey, and Beav, it's sad that I've gotten to this point, but I should probably also add, not only in 2 weeks is it Thanksgiving, not only, number two, in 2 weeks is it your birthday, but also in 2 weeks, number three, it will be the Battle for the Golden Egg football game. That whole deal. We're also going to have that. And that'll be on Fridays. It'll be the day after Thanksgiving. So we're getting real close. Hey, real close to wrapping up the college football regular season. We better enjoy it while it lasts. I mean, I don't know, Beav. It was not one of those things where I planned it. I just clicked on the calendar right before we started the show, and I kind of, I don't know if I've told you this before. I've bored people with this stuff before, so I won't go into, all this, boring detail. But I am one of these people that I think in pictures. Everything's visual. It's not an inability. It's just a lack of good ability to comprehend things in order and in words and numbers. as a lot of people can do, think in words. For me, it's thinking in pictures. So I had to click on the calendar and glance at it pretty often. It's like taking a picture of it. It sticks in my head, and I have it for a while. And so I click it. There I see today, the 12th. And I go, wow. Now I see how close we are to Thanksgiving. So I'm getting excited about that. And, because of football, it has been difficult over the years to travel to different family things. But I will tell you that Homecoming Queen has really come through in recent years, and big, nice Thanksgiving meals at our house. So to say that I am looking forward to that would be an understatement. But also, Beaver, I'm looking forward to your birthday. Might have a little something up my sleeve. Might. I don't know. I'm just saying. Stay cool, my baby. All right. Let me get to your comments here. We'll start off on the live stream. Hey, and that goes for everybody listening too. Mark it on your calendar. And make sure you wish Beaver a happy birthday. I guess you'll have to do it early in the week in 2 weeks because, on Thanksgiving Day, we won't be here. So get it in early because I'm just telling you, it's not going to fly going happy belated birthday. They don't fly around here. You're either in the day of or before, or just don't wish anyone a happy birthday. Sven says on YouTube, can we stop that running back and make Missouri beat us throwing a ball? I like our chances. Well, but my thing, Sven, is I sure hope so, but I've seen nothing the last 2 ball games to lead me to believe that State's going to stop anybody's running back. Arkansas, one of the worst teams, if not the worst team in the league. Georgia, one of the best teams, if not the best team in the league. Same result against both. Swiss cheese run defense, man. And you're going up there, and Missouri is really physical, and they're an offense that knows they have to run the ball. So they're going to run the ball. So stop is not even really the right word. It's just about, minimize. Now you can commit more people to the box, like you say. He said, his next comment says 7-man in the box and let that third stringer beat us with his arm. And you're going to have to try some of that, play some man-to-man. You might as well. Really, you might as well play some of that load box and commit people to it. Looks like you're going to be without Isaac Smith this week. And to say that doesn't help is also an understatement. Gene on Facebook said, happy hump day. Back at you, Gene. Glad you're here. Jared on Facebook said, I heard it snowed in Tupelo. Not that I'm aware of, maybe north of here in the Corinth area, but I don't think that I know of. Tupelo didn't get any snow. Sven, where he is in Berlin, said it's cloudy and 38 degrees. We're warming up over here. It's going to get closer and closer to what, it's supposed to be. Jared said on Facebook, thoughts on Vegas odds putting Nick Saban as the favorite to be the next LSU coach. Jared, again, I don't have any thoughts on any Vegas odds on LSU's coaching position or any other coach. Now, if State's open, I'll have some thoughts on that, but I couldn't possibly care less who LSU's next coach is, or even if it is Nick Saban. It's not on my radar, especially as it relates to any Vegas odds. I don't really have any thoughts on it. Oh, I saw this. All right. Unnamed texter said regarding the basketball game on Monday night, when we were over there calling the football game this past weekend, Neil goes, hey, you realize I'm about to get on a plane and fly to South Dakota with basketball, don't you? I said, really? I was thinking Tuesday, Wednesday. No, Monday. It was a quick turnaround to go up there. They went and got beat by Iowa State and committed 26 turnovers. My thoughts on that are, can you name the players on State's team? I know Josh Hubbard. Everybody knows Josh Hubbard. But who else? Sean Jones. Okay, I know him. Who else? My point being, I think it's a whole brand new bunch. They've never played together before. And so the challenge for Chris Jans, and really everybody's just going to be like weathering the early season storm of growing pains of learning how to be a team. Just because they practice together and scrimmage together does not mean they have a team. So it's just all new guys. Nick texted the show. He said, fun fact, in 1994, MTV Unplugged in New York was released on your birthday, Beaver. Wow. Beav, did you used to watch MTV Unplugged?
I did. Now, real quick, Nick, you better recheck your facts on that date.
On the date?
You got the right month, I believe.
Okay, but
it
not
was
the right day.
Because it was recorded in November the year before.
Mm-hmm.
And it was released in November the next year.
Oh.
But I don't think it was on my specific day.
But it's pretty close. He's pretty close for it to have been that long ago, Beaver. Okay,
I didn't get that album until Christmas of that year.
Okay. So, but when you say MTV Unplugged in New York, what was it like was it a live concert with different people and they make an album out of it? Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Okay.
When MTV used to have Unplugged, they had, Alice in Chains did one, Nirvana, REM,
okay, yeah.
Oasis did one.
I remember the Nirvana one.
Yeah, they used to be excellent.
Right. I remember the Nirvana one because one of my best friends in high school, Chad Anderson, Chad's older brother Brian was an offensive lineman at Mississippi State from Prattville High School. Chad was our tight end at Prattville. He was a year older than me. He eventually went on and became the head football coach at Prattville. He's not anymore. He's in, just academic administration now. But I remember back then, Chad bought that particular Nirvana MTV Unplugged and listened to it nonstop. He'd tell you how it's one of those things. He was so in love with it, Beaver. He'd tell me all the time how great it was. Man, you got to hear this. We'd be in his truck. He'd tell me to stop talking. Listen to this. He'd say,
"Shut up, Matt."
Yeah, stop talking, Matt. I'm listening to this. Beer Slayer, hey, it was great to meet you too. He said, hey, Matt, it was good seeing you before the Georgia game at the house tailgate. Will you drive to Missouri? Yeah, I'm going to plan on driving up there. Make a weekend out of it. I'm trying to get back. We'll see if it allows it, but I want to get back in time for our church does a thing. What do they call it? Turkey Bowl or something. Or it's around Thanksgiving every year where the youth department plays like a flag two-hand touch type football game against the parents. And I've never been able to make it. I want to try to make it this year. Let's see if I can get back for that. Hey, but it was great to meet you too. It's always fun to put an actual face with one of these names that we have on the text line. Unnamed texter says, I don't know about you, but I like the Egg Bowl being on Thanksgiving Day. Yeah, I'm actually against it. I don't want it on Thanksgiving Day. I think, I know it was kind of if it was on Thanksgiving Day or if it was on Saturday, there was somebody you were going to interrupt their family plans because families get together when? Either on Thanksgiving Day, imagine that, or on the following Saturday when everybody's off. I thought putting the game on Friday was perfect. Perfect compromise. Huge round of applause for whoever, whether it's Keith Carter or Zach Selman or Mark Keenum or whoever it was that got that. I thought putting it on Friday was perfect. You interrupt nobody's family get-togethers on Thursday and Saturday. Love it. Whether we want to say it or not, it's true. Those things, those family get-together things, they're more important than football. Hill Dog texts the show and says, hey, Matt, tell Beaver I've been watching Leave It to Beaver episodes. I think we all had an Eddie Haskell in our group of friends. If you didn't, then you were the problem. Really great show. Good lessons for the kids. Yeah, and it's going way, way back. And I think Jerry Mathers, who played Beaver in Leave It to Beaver, is the only remaining cast member still alive. We recently lost Tony Dow, who played Wally, the older brother. I say recently, sometime within the last 5-6 years, I think. Jason in Flagstaff, he texted earlier and he said the Egg Bowl at 10 a.m. on Thanksgiving is disgusting. Sorry, not sorry. P.S. I really regret making fun of the cold back home. Yeah, I bet you're freezing. Yeah, but that's the thing, Jason. It's not a morning game on Thursday. It's a morning game on Friday, which I think is a little better. Jason said no to the pre-recorded stuff, please. He says the best part of these shows are texters and callers getting everyone cracked up, which I totally agree. And he says also that boy Beaver can say pecan pie. Did he say pecan pie? I think he said it facetiously, Jason. I mean, Beaver knows it's pecan. Oh, okay. Nick did look it up. Beaver corrected, and Nick looked it up. He said November 1. I was way off in his Dumb and Dumber voice. J-Rock texts on the country pleasing sausage text line and says, be careful, Matt. Those Missouri drivers do not know how to drive. Telling you, J-Rock, already preparing. We'll build in extra time going and coming to Missouri this weekend just so that I can relax and not, hopefully keep the blood pressure down. Because the worst drivers in the United States of America are the ones going into and through and out of St. Louis and on their way to Columbia and in between there. So I'm just going to prepare myself ahead of time. All right. Coming back, I'm going to check the time on that Egg Bowl kickoff. And then we have updated SEC only stats for this week. Where's everybody after Georgia whooped State last week? I'll tell you when we come back. I'm Matt, just getting started in the Farm Bureau Insurance studio. Farm Bureau Insurance. Go with the home team. Stick around.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Farm Bureau Insurance in Mississippi. Local agents in all 82 counties. So here's what that means. You have that fender bender. Hopefully you don't, but let's say you do at an odd time. Something goes on. It's Saturday night at 11 p.m. You don't have to wait until Monday morning to call some 800 number and talk to someone 3 states away. You've got your agent's phone number right there on your phone because you go to church with him. Your kids go to school together. He lives right down the road. You see each other at the ball games on Friday nights. So it's personal with your local Farm Bureau insurance agent in all 82 counties in this entire state. And if anything does arise and you need to, run it up the chain or up the flagpole, the home offices for Farm Bureau Insurance are in Jackson, Mississippi. It's right here in the state of Mississippi. It doesn't get more local than and personal, the service that you get with Farm Bureau Insurance in Mississippi. I can't recommend them highly enough. And if you haven't, recently, let them give you a quote. Home, life, auto. It's Farm Bureau Insurance. Go with the home team.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Well, look at what we have here. Christmas come early. Boom. Little green onion country pleasing. That's not all. Little original smoked sausage flavor. That's not all. Jalapeno and cheddar. It has to be one of my favorite, just judging by how much of that stuff I eat. Oh, can't forget. Andouille. Don't be saying andouille, it's andouille. And last, but not least, pork and pineapple. Bun size, 3 links bun size. Look at that right there. Be careful. Come on with it. It's mine. Come here, jalapeno. Oh, that's all mine. Country pleasing sausage. We'll be right back after this message from C Spire. My name is Matt Wyatt. I host the Matt Wyatt radio show out of my home using C Spire fiber.
And when we hit the road as a family, Matt's show goes with us, thanks to C Spire Wireless.
Its ultra-reliable nationwide network lets me broadcast live from anywhere.
And never miss a moment that matters.
Connecting you to what inspires you most on C Spire's blazing fast 5G network. And right now, get your choice of free phone. That's customer inspired. That's C Spire.
Y'all like coffee? I know you do. Check it out. Little High Point Roasters from New Albany, Mississippi. That is the breakfast blend. It's a whole bean. And if you notice, that's how much I've had already. Brazil Oberon. Not Orgeron or Orgeron, you LSU. No, Brazil Oberon. That ain't all. What we got there? What flavor is that? Papua New Guinea, grade AA. Bring it on. High Point Roasters, New Albany, Mississippi. Roast it right there. That's whole bean. One more. I got more. Ah, tried and true. Magnolia Blend.
1059 and worldwide at thezone1059.com.
Back with you. I'm Matt. In the Bureau, the Farm Bureau Insurance Studio, Farm Bureau Insurance. Go with the home team. Sven was talking about basketball and that game on Monday night. He said, we shot 50% from the field, 40% from three-point line, 93% free throws, and lost by 16 because of 26 turnovers. A lot of numbers in there, but shot it really well. Just get beat turning the ball over. So, but turnovers are coachable. Shooting, not really. And said Coach Jans will get it done. And he usually does, doesn't he, Sven? You know, Coach Jans, he gets them playing defense. And, well, that's the other thing, too. They also gave up, nearly 100 points, which is kind of unusual for a Jans team. Hale State fan described the basketball game this way. Watching that hoops game is like watching a bad car wreck. He said, you kind of want to see it, but then when you see it, it's horrible. Yeah. Hey, look at here. There's a blast from the past. Legba 7 on YouTube, and I hadn't heard from you in a while. He said, Hale State, Matt. Well, back at you. He said, I don't really know what to say about state football. We only have 2 chances left to win one game, get to a bowl. And said, I didn't watch the second half against Georgia. Yeah, what I would tell you is there were a few flashes in the second half from Kamario Taylor. One big long throw and catch down the field. Another one of those 40-plus deals where he really, showed off the arm. But State physically just could not toe-to-toe with Georgia on the line of scrimmage. Georgia was like they had State's defensive line on skates all day long, just chewing them up, spitting them out. And so, 41-21 was the final score, but really the game was not as close as that score appeared. Now, I do think, the positive in the game, again, was your receivers and some of the plays that they made. And, when they had a chance and Taylor, producing more touchdowns. He's just it's interesting, but he's fresh out of high school. He's still an athlete that they want to leverage in some kind of way because he scores touchdowns. He gets it in the end zone. And so they are approaching, they keep on not being able to protect Blake Shape and getting him hit. They're going to be approaching decision time, if not already. We'll see how they use them. Hey, and speaking of those receivers, Sven said Brennan Thompson leads the SEC now with Brazel from the Vols in receiving yards. He had 808 receiving yards. Evans is also in the top 10. I mean, those two, if you really try to look and go, okay, who have been the most consistent good players on your offense at State, it's those two. I mean, it's Brennan Thompson and Anthony Evans. It's those two guys. The most consistently good, explosive, reliable, no matter the opponent, every week. So really happy for them. And two, if you were to look at, best additions in the offseason by state from a roster standpoint, it's kind of a weird conversation because you had to have defensive linemen. It's almost like any depth would have been better than what you had last year. And they did bring in some players and we didn't get to see Will Whitson very long. If we had, he was going to be a star if he'd been able to stay healthy. I think, he played in 2 games and he still leads the team in sacks. I mean, it's ridiculous, but he did get hurt. So I think the way it stands is Thompson and Evans at receiver, your 2 best offseason additions on the roster. Yeah, I know. Gene says that deer season is going to affect the attendance of the Egg Bowl. And, I think you're probably right. On that Friday, day after Thanksgiving, which most everybody's going to have off and we'll have planned on it. And you talk about family traditions, not only getting together either on Thanksgiving Day or on that Saturday, but that's family tradition too, is the sort of the hunting tradition that goes on with families all over the state of Mississippi. I don't blame them one bit. There'll be a bunch of people that'll be hunting and listening to me and Neil and from the tree stand or up in their shooting house. Fine with me. We'll tell you what's happening. I tell you, that's another thing too that has changed with me. I don't know what that is, but I used to get a lot of angst about big games and having sellouts and great crowds and, being anxious about having empty seats. But I don't know. My angst about any of that stuff's gone. I don't care anymore. It's always going to be a pretty decent crowd, whether it's full or not. If it is full, great. If it's not, so it's still loud. Let's play. Is that what happens when you get older? You don't not bothered by some of that stuff like you used to be. Maybe that's what it is. So maybe it cuts into the crowd, but it's still going to be, it's an Egg Bowl. It's really going to have a good crowd. Whether it's spilling over the edge or not, I don't know. And regarding the time, okay, so it is a morning deal, right? It's 11 a.m. kick for the Egg in 2 weeks. I will double check and make sure. We're talking Central Time here, Mississippi time, 11 a.m. for the Egg. So, Sven, when you said 6 p.m., you threw me for a loop. You're talking about 6 p.m. in Berlin, Germany. Got it. Good old primetime kickoff for you over there, huh? And it'll be bright and early in the morning here on that Friday. And that's fine too. Let's see. Airborne Dog texted the show on the country pleasing text line. Hey, Matt, happy belated Veterans Day to all my fellow vets out there. Navy sucks. Go Army, beat Navy. I love hearing that every year. Airborne, have you ever been to one of those? That seems like that's something that's on every college football fan's bucket list, is to go once to the Army-Navy game. I would love to see it too. MSU 1980. He's in here on this Wednesday. Text the show, says, Matt, several weeks ago, my daughter, wife, and I stayed overnight in Prattville. And I told my wife that at the time that you played high school football there. Yeah. Did you have just traveling through, or did you have going to a baseball or softball tournament, soccer event or something like that? Yeah, Prattville's really grown. Big place. Much bigger place than when we moved there all those years ago. I didn't actually grow up there. We lived there once when I was itty bitty preschool. My dad pastored a church there for a short period of time. Then we moved away, and I grew up kind of in North Alabama. When we moved back, I went to all 4 years of high school at Prattville. So it was home for a little while. Jason in Flagstaff. He said, okay, I was wondering what kind of Yankee enunciates pecan. See, again, I'm not speaking for him, but I think Beaver was being sarcastic when he said pecan. I think. Rebel Godfather texts the show, said Thanksgiving Day is for watching the Cowboys lose and celebrating that loss. The Egg Bowl should be played on Friday or Saturday. Just say no to Thanksgiving Day Egg Bowls. Yeah, I'm kind of with you on that, Rebel Godfather. I am. I love the Friday one. Yeah, I love the Friday one, man. No doubt. It's not Thursday or Saturday. Everybody else plays Thursday and Saturday. So if you go to that game, you get to watch a bunch of football the weekend of Thanksgiving. Unnamed texter says, I tuned in late today, but I'm wondering, have they announced who will start at quarterback for State against Missouri? No announcement on it. I haven't heard anything about, a permanent decision either way. So I think as of Wednesday here today, I don't know. Now, I am still getting used to this routine of every week during football season, them coming out with these periodical availability reports, okay, that the SEC it makes everybody do. You have to offer up your availability report, kind of like an NFL deal. I'm still getting used to the fact they do that, so I still don't know exactly what time on Wednesday the first one comes out. I think it's later in the day, maybe around 2 or 3. I bet by this time tomorrow we'll know if he's on that thing or not. So we'll look for that. Jason says, you're going to make me cry. I miss sitting in a blind somewhere listening to the game with a belly full of nabs trying not to go to sleep. I know, Jason. You're up there. You're trying not to go to sleep. You're trying to be quiet. But you don't be, and knowing that if that buck walks out in that clearing or underneath that power line, your adrenaline is going to spike. I mean, and you're going to be lightheaded. Your heart's going to start beating hard so fast. But if that doesn't happen, they're liable to find you snoring up in that shooting house. I know. I know. That's a good idea. Bama fan says, Matt, we're going to need a list of everyone's Thanksgiving sides and desserts. And I mean, we got 2 weeks to get into this stuff. We can't possibly get everybody's answers in 1 week anyway. So we might as well start 2 weeks out, huh? I know my answer right this very minute. I can picture the perfect Thanksgiving plate in my head. When I close my eyes, I can smell it. I can taste it. And I'll tell you what's on it when we come back. Just getting started with you still here on this Wednesday in the Bureau, the Farm Bureau Insurance Studio. Back after this.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
The Junction Delis, Convenience Redefined, and Prince Oil Company, a match made in heaven. The Junction Deli, fueled by Prince Oil Company. Prince Oil Company has been fueling Central Mississippi since 1960. It's a pretty good little while. Wonderful people. Man, am I ever more tickled that they're a part of the show and I'm a part of their team now. As you know, if you listen to the radio show, I've been to the Junction in several different places around the state. I've bought gas just like you at a lot of places that are fueled by Prince Oil Company, and they are really wonderful people. By the way, that brand spanking new Junction Deli, Chevron, right across the highway from Germantown High School. It's in Canton, but we say Gluckstadt. Do you realize they and other Junction Delis, they serve country-pleasing sausage over there on the buffet? They don't get much better than that. The Junction and Prince Oil Company. That's what I'm talking about. We'll be right back after this message from C Spire. My name is Matt Wyatt. I host the Matt Wyatt radio show out of my home using C Spire fiber.
And when we hit the road as a family, Matt's show goes with us, thanks to C Spire Wireless.
Its ultra-reliable nationwide network lets me broadcast live from anywhere.
And never miss a moment that matters.
Connecting you to what inspires you most on C Spire's blazing fast 5G network. And right now, get your choice of free phone. That's customer inspired. That's C Spire. Welcome to my photography studio downtown Tupelo. Everybody needs a headshot, especially if you're in the professional world, in sales, any sort of customer related business.
outreach business, anything like that. Everybody needs a headshot. Here at my photography studio in Tupelo, we do a lot more than just headshots, but we're kind of focusing on headshots for that very reason, because everybody needs it. Let me show you a little something about it. One thing I'm able to do here is sort of have 2 to 3 different looks in a small space that we can do in a short amount of time. Several different looks and styles of lighting with studio equipment, studio lighting. Some with flash and a particular look that I've worked on, a constant lighting scenario where you sit down, the lights are already on, you lean in, and we kind of illuminate the whole face. And we get several options in the studio in a short amount of time. Here's 2 priorities for me when I shoot headshots. One is it has to look like you. Okay, none of this fake stuff. The other goal is it's got to look like you at your best. And that's my job as a photographer. And I've got a lot of experience over the years, and I feel really confident I can do that for you. I would love to schedule a session for you here at the studio in downtown Tupelo. I'm above the Reed's Gift Shop, just off of Troy Street, the corner of Troy and Spring. If you can't get to Tupelo, that's okay. Let's talk about it, because we can pack the studio up and come to you if the schedules fit and that sort of thing. I'd love to help you with your headshots. I think everybody needs them. I'm inviting you to please email me, reach out. You can go to my website, mattwhyattmedia.com, email address matt@mattwhyattmedia.com, and let's talk about your headshot. Farm Bureau Insurance in Mississippi, local agents in all 82 counties. So here's what that means. You have that fender bender, hopefully you don't, but let's say you do at an odd time. Something goes on. It's Saturday night at 11 p.m. You don't have to wait until Monday morning to call some 800 number and talk to someone 3 states away. You've got
Matt Wyatt has got it all for you.
Just listen to that!
At the Zone 1059 and coming to you worldwide at thezone1059.com.
Back with you. We've got important things to answer about Thanksgiving, which is coming up in 2 weeks from tomorrow. Sparked by Bama fan on the country pleasing text line wants a list of the top 10 sides. I'm going to just tell you what's on my plate. Will then chimed in on YouTube. He says, what are you going with? Smoked turkey, fried turkey, like either or. Smoked turkey versus fried turkey. What do you choose? We got to answer all that. That's really important. I got 2 things here first that are points of order first. First, Beaver, pass this along to Jake when you see him. Just got a notification on my phone from C Spire, my handy dandy iPhone from C Spire, the #1 network in Mississippi, C Spire, customer inspired. And it says, coming to Cadence Bank Arena on Saturday, June 27th for their final Frontier Tour, Journey. So Jake Wimberly, who's always wanted to see Journey in person, don't stop believing, Jake. You got a chance. Coming to Tupelo on June 27th. Put it on your calendar. And then point of order number 2, it's time for headlines.
Good evening. I'm Ron Burgundy, and this is what's happening in your world.
Good evening, and welcome to Eyewitness News.
Here's what's making news.
Headlines on the show brought to you by the Mortgage Man Group, powered by Illuminate Bank. Find them online at mortgagemanms.com. Anything mortgage related, buying, refinancing, whatever. Here in the metro, places like Tupelo, Oxford, Starkville, all the way to Memphis, any point in between, that's where you go. mortgagemanms.com. That's the Mortgage Man Group. Headline number 1, North Carolina's Bill Belichick is focused on Wake Forest, not the open New York Giants head coaching job. During his news conference in Chapel Hill, he got asked a question about what his message was to the team, given the speculation about him and the Giants. Quote, get it? No, quote was, getting ready for Wake Forest. That's all I got this week. End quote. Speaking of the New York Giants, with the injury to Jackson Dart, Giants are set to start Jameis Winston versus the Packers. This will be on this upcoming Sunday. Starting quarterback, former Ole Miss Rebel Jackson Dart, is in the concussion protocol there for the Giants. They're returning to practice today, in fact. And so Russell Wilson is there. He's like, what am I, chopped liver? It's going to be Jameis, famous Jameis, starting for the Giants against the Packers this weekend. And those are your headlines, brought to you by the Mortgage Man Group, powered by Luminate Bank. Find them online at mortgagemanms.com. mortgagemanms.com. All right, let's get to it. See, now, Bama Fan wants a top 10 list. Earlier, he said, we need everybody's list on their Thanksgiving sides and desserts. And then he says, you got to make a top 10 list. And I think you're right. I think we have time to do that, though, between now and Thanksgiving, which is 2 weeks from tomorrow. So what I'm going to do right now, Bama Fan, let me describe the perfect Thanksgiving plate for you. It's going to have to be a bigger plate. It's not going to have open space. I'm going to have stuff, there'll be edges of different food items touching. I can't help that. That's just the way it's going to be on my plate. Ready? And go. Turkey. We'll go with smoked turkey right now. Just hang on. Smoked turkey. Sweet potato casserole. Green beans. Preferably out of a crock pot, cooked for a long time with some bacon in there. Mm-hmm. Jell-O salad. Don't judge me. Don't you dare start judging me. Oh, Jell-O salad. What's it called? Fruit salad? What do they call that? You know what I mean. Jiggly stuff, fruit in it. Give me some, as they say. Cranberry. Yes. Cranberry. What else? There's something else I'm missing. Oh, yeah. Dressing. It's not stuffing. Don't you dare call it that. Even though I am going to stuff myself with it. It is dressing. I would like the gravy on top of my dressing. Thank you very much. Yeah, okay. Melissa in Starkville said it's congealed salad. We got there. I just needed some help from someone who knew, like you, but you knew what I was talking about. Thank you. And, of course, I'd be remiss if I didn't say some of them soft Sister Schubert rolls. What did I leave off? Now, I guess it's possible that somebody out there thought that maybe like deviled eggs or, something like that might have been left off. But what I think I just gave you was, I've been to quite a few Thanksgiving dinners, lunches, buffets, family get-togethers and stuff over the years with lots of different choices. And that's what my plate's going to look like. Now, I do want to get over here to this. Will said on YouTube, Matt, what do you choose, smoked turkey or fried turkey? Well, I'll be real with you here now. If fried turkey is available, that's what I choose. How big old boy are you, Will? I don't get an opportunity at fried turkey as much as often as I do smoked turkey. Man, let me tell you too, like the real deal turkey, like somebody actually cooked the whole thing. We're slicing that off. It's cooked right. Man. And leftover. Think about that night, the next day. Again, at the risk of being judged, Beaver, I don't know how you feel about this. I know that in the past we've made fun of Jake Wimberly about his use of ketchup. But in my opinion, over the course of my life, I don't know that I've enjoyed any sandwich more than the leftover Thanksgiving turkey sandwich between two slices of white bread with some ketchup on it. I'm just being honest. Whew. I'll tell you what, just talking about this got my adrenaline up a little bit. How on earth are we going to ever get back to talking football? Jared said he prefers, this is on Facebook, he said he prefers fried turkey over smoked turkey. Will says he goes with smirky. Smoked turkey. Sorry. I told you I was getting a little ahead of myself there. Smirky, smoked turkey. Leave me alone. All right. Y'all mind your own business. I'm trying to do a radio show over here. What was it? Sven said, Matt, apropos desserts. I baked today a banana cake with butter sprinkles. Let me tell you, I was the hero of the day. Banana cake? You know, your Thanksgiving dessert of sweet potato pie, pecan pie, bring it on. And, you know, banana pudding is just fine. Absolutely just fine. Now, Melissa in Starkville said, question, sweet potato casserole with marshmallow topping or brown sugar and pecan topping? You know, Melissa, I would never discriminate and like not eat either one. I really like them both. I sort of, when I think of like sweet potato pie, sometimes it may have a topping. But when I say, for me in my head, when I say sweet potato casserole, I'm picturing the marshmallow topping. What about you? J-Rock says, Matt, I respect your preferences. I'm not choosing Jell-O over mac and cheese and deviled eggs. See, I knew there was something I left off. I just like it. That's what I'm saying. Like it's not something that we really make. So we go somewhere and somebody else has made some of that congealed salad. What did I call it? Jell-O salad. Jiggly stuff with fruit in it, you know. Possum Neck Joe, he's on the all name team. He says, yeah, Jameis is famous. All right. He said, Matt, highly disappointed you even read that article. Jameis is a barnacle on society. Well, he's getting the start for the New York Giants because Jackson Dart's in the concussion protocol. Joe, I just thought it was relevant. I don't even know famous Jameis. I don't know if he's a barnacle on society or not. I don't even know him personally. Apparently you do. More power to you. Bama fan says he goes with both on the turkeys, fried or sweet potato casserole, corn pudding, butter beans, pecan pie, pumpkin pie, caramel cake. Buddy, I'm with you. I like it all. Hour 1 is in the books. The festivities will continue in hour 2. Right after this, in the Bureau. Stick around.
After these messages, we'll be right back. Yeah. After these messages, we'll be right back.
Well, look at what we have here. Christmas come early. Boom. Little green onion country pleasing. That's not all. Little original smoked sausage flavor. That's not all. Jalapeno and cheddar. It has to be one of my favorite, just judging by how much of that stuff I eat. Oh, can't forget. Andouille. Don't be saying andouille. It's andouille. And last, but not least, pork and pineapple Bun size, 3 links, bun size. Look at that right there. Be careful. Come on with it. It's mine. Come here, jalapeno. Oh, that's all mine. Country pleasing sausage.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Welcome to my photography studio downtown Tupelo. Everybody needs a headshot, especially if you're in the professional world, in sales, any sort of customer related business, outreach business, anything like that. Everybody needs a headshot. Here at my photography studio in Tupelo, we do a lot more than just headshots, but we're kind of focusing on headshots for that very reason, because everybody needs it. Let me show you a little something about it. One thing I'm able to do here is sort of have 2 to 3 different looks in a small space that we can do in a short amount of time. Several different looks and styles of lighting with studio equipment, studio lighting. Some with flash and a particular look that I've worked on, a constant lighting scenario where you sit down, the lights are already on, you lean in, and we kind of illuminate the whole face. And we get several options in the studio in a short amount of time. Here's 2 priorities for me when I shoot headshots. One is it has to look like you. Okay, none of this fake stuff. The other goal is it's got to look like you at your best. And that's my job as a photographer. And I've got a lot of experience over the years, and I feel really confident I can do that for you. I would love to schedule a session for you here at the studio in downtown Tupelo. I'm above the Reed's Gift Shop, just off of Troy Street, the corner of Troy and Spring. If you can't get to Tupelo, that's okay. Let's talk about it, because we can pack the studio up and come to you if the schedules fit and that sort of thing. I'd love to help you with your headshots. I think everybody needs them. I'm inviting you to please email me, reach out. You can go to my website, mattwhyattmedia.com, email address matt@mattwhyattmedia.com, and let's talk about your headshot.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Farm Bureau Insurance in Mississippi, local agents in all 82 counties. So here's what that means. You have that fender bender, hopefully you don't, but let's say you do at an odd time. Something goes on. It's Saturday night at 11 p.m. You don't have to wait until Monday morning to call some 800 number and talk to someone 3 states away. You've got your agent's phone number right there on your phone because you go to church with him. Your kids go to school together. He lives right down the road. You see each other at the ball games on Friday nights. So it's personal with your local Farm Bureau insurance agent in all 82 counties in this entire state. And if anything does arise and you need to, run it up the chain or up the flagpole, the home offices for Farm Bureau Insurance are in Jackson, Mississippi. It's right here in the state of Mississippi. It doesn't get more local than and personal, the service that you get with Farm Bureau Insurance in Mississippi. I can't recommend them highly enough. And if you haven't, recently, let them give you a quote. Home, life, auto. It's Farm Bureau Insurance. Go with the home team.
37. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-578-1437. That's 800-578-1437. Tax Relief Advocates, real solutions for real people.
Are you having trouble hearing? Hearing loss can devastate the quality of your life. Now, there's an affordable fix for you or your loved one. Rated the best hearing aids of 2025 by Forbes Health, Audion Hearing has the highest quality hearing aids at the lowest prices, starting at just $98 a pair.
I actually like them better than my old $5,000 hearing aid.
I could not believe how my hearing and life changed.
Join over 1 million happy customers by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
WRKS Pickens Jackson.
We are good to go.
With more of the Matt Wyatt Show. Coming to you direct and live at the Zone 105.9 and worldwide.
Now, here we go.
At the Zone 1059.com.
All right, back with you. Hour number 2. Just getting started, staying connected to you because of C-Spire, the #1 network in Mississippi. C-Spire, customer inspired. Check them out, cspire.com. Let's see here. Possum Neck Joe said, Matt, not to start a beef with you here, but did you know Ted Bundy or Jeffrey Dahmer personally, they were bad dudes? Yeah, okay. But Jameis Winston, yeah. So let me get this right now. No, I know you're just making an example, but so we got Jameis Winston and Ted Bundy and Jeffrey Dahmer. Those are the 3. Wes texted in. He said, it sounds like Thanksgiving. That sounds like Thanksgiving dinner at Cousin Eddie's dinner table. What? My plate? The plate that I described, Wes, Thanksgiving plate, the perfect Thanksgiving plate. You said it sounded like Thanksgiving at Cousin Eddie's. I think now that we have time, we're not rushed with a commercial break coming up. We got to make sure that the birthday boy, the Thanksgiving birthday boy, Beaver himself, would maybe describe for me his perfect plate of Thanksgiving food. I'd like to hear that. But mine. Why does mine get called Cousin Eddie's dinner table? Why am I? Check in with old buddy, old pal B.
Matt Wyatt.
Why would Wes say that?
What did he say? Actually, because Bill just walked out, so he was in here talking and I didn't hear anything.
So he said, I think I'm taking this right, that when I described my perfect Thanksgiving plate of food, he said it sounds like Thanksgiving dinner at Cousin Eddie's dinner table.
What'd you say?
Okay. Now I may not get it, exactly in the right order, but here's what I had on my perfect plate. Obviously turkey. We'll go smoked turkey because that's what's most common, for where I am and what we have. Smoked turkey, sweet potato casserole, green beans, preferably from a crock pot with some bacon in it, cooked for a good little while. I called it at first Jell-O salad and then fruit salad, but I mean congealed salad. Okay. That. Cranberry sauce, dressing with gravy on top, and some of them yummy, soft, still hot, fresh out of the oven, Sister Schubert rolls. And I just kind of stopped right there. So that's what I said. And then he said it sounded like I'm at Cousin Eddie's house.
I think it's the Jell-O salad. I think that's it. Why don't you give me a little bit more of that, Matt? It's good.
Give me some of the yellow. And don't get cheap on me. Well, I couldn't think of the name of it, though. It's called congealed salad. So, Beaver, here we go. Hypothetical situation. You're at the perfect Thanksgiving get together with lots of food options, a big size plate that you can just fill it up. What is the perfect Thanksgiving plate for you?
Okay. Let's get specific. I like how you got specific on the turkey.
Okay.
Because I will specifically say fried turkey because I've only had one fried turkey in my life, and it was like 20 years ago. My uncle came over and he fried a turkey, but I can never get the parentals at my home to actually do that. The ones that cook, they don't. They just no. We're gonna put it in the oven.
Gotcha.
But give me a fried turkey.
Okay.
Dressing. For me, the dressing is more important than the turkey.
Yeah. Important in what kind and how it's made, or just that it's there?
Just that it's there.
Okay.
Little C makes some fantastic dressing. So I want that more than I want the turkey. So anyway, we got the fried turkey. We got the dressing. Give me some broccoli and rice casserole or broccoli and cheese casserole. People call it different things. I want that on there.
Okay.
Give me more cheese. I want some mac and cheese.
Okay.
And those rolls. Why is it? Because I'm with you very specifically about the rolls. Why are those Sister Schubert rolls so much better than regular rolls? Because they are. They absolutely are.
They are. And you know, the only thing, Beav, they sort of perforate them into smaller rolls. I can eat 2 at a time. 2 can go in at once.
Yeah.
For me. Hey, the broccoli and rice with cheese on it, bring that on now. I forgot about that.
I love it.
You know, Bama fan brought up butter beans. I forgot about those. I probably should have said butter beans. But I got the green beans in there. Okay. I like yours. I like your plate.
But as little, let me tell you, as little C would say, which now this is an absurd thing to say at Thanksgiving, because you notice I got my broccoli and rice casserole, but also I said mac and cheese.
Yeah.
Little C literally said to me a couple of different Thanksgivings. She said the words, "Oh, that's too many starches." It's Thanksgiving, man. All bets are off. Anything goes. Give me all the starches, all the carbs. It's what the day is for.
Starch me up. We need a Weird Al version of that. Starch me up. Who was that? The Rolling Stones. Start me up. Beav. So Cowboy Reddy noticed something that I noticed. He said, "So Beaver, no cranberry?"
No, never. Not for
me.
Really? I don't want it. I don't want it.
Look, I'm with you with this dressing, but dressing with some cranberry is like the real deal. But hey, all right, dessert. Preference on dessert?
Give me a pecan pie.
Now, are you saying that? Jason wants to know if you're saying that to be facetious, if you know that it's actually pecan.
I'll never tell.
Okay. All right. Inside secrets. All right.
So yeah, pecan, but also feels like you need it. You need options. There should be at least 2 desserts. And let's see, I think at our house, usually it's a Big L will get a coconut pie.
Yeah.
He's some sort of chocolate pie sometimes. It's different, but usually it's more times than not, there's coconut involved.
Okay. Beaver, I think I may have told you this, but back in the summer, we had a trip to Pickwick Lake with the family, and we stayed at a cabin with Annabeth's mother and dad. And when I got there that night, I told you about that particular brand of coconut cream pie they had. Remember that?
Yep.
Well, and I ate like the whole thing, and it was so good. I went to the store and bought another one. And I'm just telling you, it was so good. But all I did, Beav, was eat 1 3/4 of those coconut cream pies, basically by myself, and immediately put on somewhere in the neighborhood of about 5 pounds. Like I noticed it within a couple of days. The belt was already getting tighter, and there's no question it was from eating too much of that.
What was this brand again? Do you remember it?
Oh goodness, what was the brand? I can't think of the name of it right now off the top of my head.
Now, Matt, it feels like this pie, it kind of changed your life. So I feel like you should have that brand committed to memory.
Well, I know I am making a commitment, Beaver, I do this. I'll get in a spell of getting healthy, and I do it about once every 3 years, and I'll slim down, the clothes will fit good. And, and then I'll get off of it. But I have to really go cold turkey during that time. And so I'm cold turkey. I can't be eating pies, certainly not whole pies by myself, which I did. And it immediately put on weight. It was some kind of good, but I can't think of the name of it right now. A man does not want cranberry with his dressing. I'm a little miffed at that. Hey, and Wes, the rest of your message, I got it. The spots are tearing up top water right now with Tumpka's getting launched. You know, I bet they are. I would love to see it. Schooling some, running those shad up to the top of up to the surface. I would love to be in on that. Millwood says the marshmallows on the sweet potato casserole is awful. Got to go with pecans. Millwood, you shut your mouth. It's not awful. Maybe you don't like it. It's not awful. Flowtown Ghost said, Matt, you need to try cubed turkey breast. Leave it overnight in hot sauce, then fry it the next day with or without flour there before you fry it. Okay. It sounds great. Like Flowtown, you talking about maybe like for a little appetizer, maybe something like that? Little fried turkey bites. Hey, when I was in college at State, one year I was rooming in an apartment with Rob Morgan and Kevin Sluter. There was the three of us in an apartment there for 1 year. And Kevin Sluter, y'all remember, defensive lineman from Pensacola, Florida. And his family would come to the games and tailgate in an RV. They had a spot, you know, kind of it's in the vicinity of where the parking garage is now, off the north end of the stadium. They would park their RV and tailgate up there. And a lot of times we'd have a game and Kevin would tell us before the game, hey, afterwards, my dad's cooking this or he's cooking that, you know, so come out to the RV and we'll eat. And sometimes, you know, I might go. But there was one particular Thanksgiving. We were rooming together with his dad had fried a turkey. Okay. And there was a lot of it. There was a lot of this fried turkey. And then if I'm not mistaken, afterwards, like it was refried almost, like some of it that had already been, they cooked it up, sliced it first into sections and then battered it and fried it. And then sent Kevin home with these great big, huge, like industrial size Ziploc bags full of leftover fried turkey. And we had like a couple of freezers in there for all the food we had to keep stored in that apartment. And Kevin was nice enough to offer that to us, to me and to us. Hey, you know, feel free to get some of that if you want it. I got like, you know, 1 or 2 pieces of that fried turkey, put it on a paper plate, heated up in the microwave and ate it. It's the best thing I've ever had. At the time, I thought it was the best thing I'd ever eaten. And I guess, needless to say, I ate way too much of that too quickly to the point that it was gone way sooner than Kevin intended. And he didn't get really mad, but he was a little mad when he realized we've been sneaking in there and eating all that turkey up when he wasn't there. And he was like, "Daggum, I barely even got any of it. Y'all clean me out." He's like, see if I offer to share with y'all anymore, I'll put a lock on his freezer. You know, and I felt bad about that. Sort of. Jason in Flagstaff texts the show and says, y'all make it too complicated. I want white meat, don't care how it's cooked, stuffing and dressing. He says there's 2 different things. He wants them both. Mashed potatoes, gravy on all of it. Some hot yeast rolls to sop up the crumbs. food coma time. That all sounds good to me. It's just, I don't really know what stuffing is. I know what dressing is. I don't really know what stuffing is. Earl in Madison said, those dang rolls rock. I could eat a whole pan by myself. No doubt. Drug Dog texts the show, says the only cranberry that is good is cranberry juice mixed in with Tito's vodka. That's according to Drug Dog. Well, Drug Dog, I'm not one to argue with people over their own opinions of certain things. I would just respond this way.
Wrong, 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 wrong. Wrong, 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 wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong.
Scott sent me. So what did he send me? That's funny. It is a meme, okay? And it says, I'm no cook, but I can follow the directions. And it said to let the bird chill in the sink for a few hours. And so the picture here is they've taken a turkey breast. Well, it's a whole turkey, okay? That's like you're going to put in the oven the turkey. But they have fashioned it in the sink to make it look like it's sitting there holding a beverage in one hand, remote control in the other, watching TV. That's fantastic. Bama fan hit us back. He said, I'm all in on the deviled eggs. And then he says, I'm with Beaver. Dressing is the bomb. Turkey gravy with it. And he said, and then put me in a chair for a nap. And that is what happens. Everybody goes to sleep. RT says Sugar makes the best coconut cake and caramel cake. So there's a plug for them. Cowboy Ready said turtle pie is really good. Oh. Bill Texas says, has Beaver received his Count Chocula cereal yet? No, I forgot it. I forgot it. We've covered that. I forgot. He said, also, Millwood, I agree. Shut your mouth. Marshmallows are awesome. Possum Neck Joe, he texts the show and he says, I will agree with you on one thing. I loved Kevin Sluter. The big old dude was always first down the field on kickoffs. Listen, no doubt. They signed Kevin. He's played on defensive line and was a starter and all SEC type of guy on those great defensive lines, and did get to go to some NFL training camp. Never did actually make it on, but did get to go. And the thing about it is, Kevin, out of high school as a defensive lineman, came in. He weighed about 230 pounds, wound up playing at about 280, just a couple of years later, but he never slowed down. There's two things about Kevin. He was the least flexible athlete on our team. He couldn't touch his own toes. I don't think for 5 years he could ever touch his own toes. And that's not an exaggeration. But at the same time, he's so tightly wound, he could absolutely fly. And so he's a defensive lineman they put on kickoff coverage team as a redshirt freshman year. And he's like 4'6" it down the field there at about 240, 250 pounds. He could absolutely fly. He could run. He's a great athlete. Great guy too. And had that memorable, it was a 96 Egg Bowl in Oxford, a shutout. We beat them like 16-0 or 17-0 or something like that. It was a muddy, wet, kind of sloppy day. And there was a fumble. He hit the quarterback and he fumbled, and Kevin picked it up and returned it all the way for a touchdown. And we always got tickled watching the tape of that because Kevin didn't know how to celebrate. And he kind of had this goofy looking, like just stood there for a moment after he was in the end zone. He just stood still for a minute and dropped the football and then just sort of like pointed at somebody up in the stands. Like, come on, man. I'm going to be a little more creative than that. But anyway, great guy, great athlete. I'm sure y'all can look up that play. White Denzel in on the subject says on the country pleasing text line, cranberry is overrated if you put the stuff on your dressing stuffing, then your dressing stuffing isn't good. Oh, contraire. Oh, contraire.
Wrong, 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 wrong.
Contraire. J-Rock says, and Jason claims to be from Mississippi and he eats stuffing, but he said stuffing and dressing. So he said both, and he knows the difference. I don't know what the other one is. I just know what dressing is. MSU 1980 text the show, says, Matt, I can count on you to make me laugh every day. I laughed today when you said that you felt bad, sort of, when you ate a bunch of that guy's turkey. Oh, man, I'm just telling you, it was so good. It was that fried turkey. Kevin's dad, and whatever the process and recipe was for, marinating, breading, and frying that turkey, it was some kind of good. Wish I had some of it right now. If y'all know Kevin, tell him I'm talking about that fried turkey his dad made, and I want some of it now. I'm putting in an order. Flowtown Ghost said, we used to do it just as a snack. It's so easy. We don't do anything else anymore. What? Talking about the fried turkey? Oh, the cube turkey breast. Okay. This is what Flowtown said earlier. Try cubed turkey breast, leave it overnight in hot sauce, fry it the next day. You decide if you want with or without flour, before you fry it up. Sounds great. Just make it as a snack. Healthy snack. Yeah, I got you. Well, look at here. On Wednesday, November the 12th, you didn't know we'd go ahead and get in on what we want to eat for Thanksgiving, but that's the way it goes around here. It just happens. We didn't plan anything. It just happened. Like Jason said, that's one of the great things about live radio. Plan. All right. Rolling along in hour number 2 in the Farm Bureau Insurance Studio. Back after this.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Hey, y'all, Matt Wyatt here. Each week on the Mississippi Outdoors Podcast, we talk with the people who live it. Hunters, biologists, game wardens, local celebrities, and storytellers that know Mississippi better than anyone.
Those bass come up there and attack them. You know how mean bass can be there.
You're never going to believe this. Matt Wyatt just talked about your deer on the radio. I said, what did he say? He said, it was Photoshopped. And I said, what?
They don't know anything about hunting. They just have never had that right, that freedom.
Dude, that's us, man. That's what we do. So tune in. Be inspired, and we'll see you outdoors.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Yeah. Farm Bureau Insurance in Mississippi. Local agents in all 82 counties. So here's what that means. You have that fender bender, hopefully you don't, but let's say you do at an odd time. Something goes on. It's Saturday night at 11 p.m. You don't have to wait until Monday morning to call some 800 number and talk to someone 3 states away. You've got your agent's phone number right there on your phone because you go to church with him. Your kids go to school together. He lives right down the road. You see each other at the ball games on Friday nights. So it's personal with your local Farm Bureau insurance agent in all 82 counties in this entire state. And if anything does arise and you need to, run it up the chain or up the flagpole, the home offices for Farm Bureau Insurance are in Jackson, Mississippi. It's right here in the state of Mississippi. It doesn't get more local than and personal, the service that you get with Farm Bureau Insurance in Mississippi. I can't recommend them highly enough. And if you haven't, recently, let them give you a quote. Home, life, auto. It's Farm Bureau Insurance. Go with the home team.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Well, look at what we have here. Christmas come early. Boom. Little green onion country pleasing. That's not all. Little original smoked sausage flavor. That's not all. Jalapeno and cheddar. It has to be one of my favorite, just judging by how much of that stuff I eat. Oh, can't forget. Andouille. Don't be saying andouille. It's andouille. And last, but not least, pork and pineapple. Bun size, 3 links bun size. Look at that right there. Be careful. Come on with it. It's mine. Come here, jalapeno. Oh, that's all mine. Country pleasing sausage. The Junction Delis, convenience redefined, and Prince Oil Company, a match made in heaven. The Junction Deli, fueled by Prince Oil Company. Prince Oil Company has been fueling Central Mississippi since 1960. It's a pretty good little while. Wonderful people. Man, am I ever more tickled that they're a part of the show and I'm a part of their team now. As you know, if you listen to the radio show, I've been to the Junction in several different places around.
Right here, right now on the Zone 105.9 and worldwide at the Zone1059.com.
Back with you. Glad to be back with you. Old Tackle on YouTube said, linemen don't know how to celebrate TDs. I picked up a ball, ran it in for a touchdown in junior high. I wasn't sure I'd cross the goal, so I ran all the way through the goalpost, found the ref. Am I in? Am I in? That's great. That's great. Jason said his stuffing is cornbread mashup, and you cook it in the bird. Dressing, whole different thing, casserole dish. Got it. Got it. What is, okay, does anybody, so I've heard this term, I kind of have an idea, but wouldn't know exactly how to define it. Old School Ed said giblet gravy is a must. So what exactly is that? RT texted the show with a picture here. Walnut Hills in Vicksburg has a great coconut cream pie. Okay, and apparently are very known for it, highly rated. It gets out of 5. It's got 4.5 stars, over 1,000 reviews. All right, there you go, free plug, as if Walnut Hills needed one. Unnamed texter says, big Ole Miss fan here, but I got to agree with State fan. Matt, you good for some laughs. Helps my day. Appreciate it. Well, you're welcome, sir. You're welcome. You know, and I, on one hand, I appreciate, you know, the fact that an Ole Miss fan can laugh at a State guy. On the other hand, I don't know why you wouldn't be able to begin with. But do appreciate you listening and tuning in. Beaver had broccoli and rice, mac and cheese on his perfect Thanksgiving plate. He's not the only one who brought up the mac and cheese deal either. I can go with that. Put that on there. As long as I don't have to take something off of my plate, I'll put some mac and cheese on there. Make some room. Okay, here's the definition. RT looked it up for me. Giblet gravy, a rich traditional gravy made using the cooked edible internal organs and often the neck of a fowl such as chicken or turkey. Now, all right, let's see if this works. We've already had an instance today where Beaver was thinking something and then I said it out loud. It happens all the time. Beaver, did you hear that definition of giblet gravy?
No, give it to me again.
All right, here I'm reading it off what RT sent. Giblet gravy is a rich traditional gravy made using the cooked edible internal organs of often the neck of a fowl such as a chicken or turkey. Now, Beav, as you hear that, I'm picturing Dwight with the Christmas goose that he ran over, plopped down on Pam's desk in the office, and he was going to go in there and he was going to cook a goose in the office and save the goose grease, therefore saving yourself a trip to the store for a can of expensive goose grease. Did that cross your mind?
It didn't.
Okay.
What crossed my mind was Christmas Vacation when he was cutting open the dry turkey and you saw the innards or the inside of the extremely dry turkey there.
Yeah, right.
Something about the inside.
The inside,
internal
okay.
organs made me think of
Well, and then you have Cousin Eddie say, save the neck for me.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Well, we weren't on the same page there then. Yeah. Well, I could just hear Dwight saying, giblet gravy, a rich traditional gravy made using the cooked edible internal organs and often the neck of a fowl such as a chicken or turkey. Can we read? Are we allowed to talk about stuff like that on the radio, Beaver? The internal organs in the neck of a fowl like a chicken or turkey?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what the rules are on that. It goes on to say giblet gravy, these parts commonly found packaged inside the bird's cavity add a deep, savory, and intense flavor to the gravy that is distinct from standard gravies made just with pan drippings. All right. Bring it on. Give me some. Jason, originally from Mississippi, just happens to be in Arizona. Text, and he says, one thing though, my grandma used to cook a banana cake for Thanksgiving, and I just about sell my soul to the devil for that recipe. Stuff out of the box ain't nearly the same. It's interesting you say that because, Jason, I don't know if you heard it, but earlier, Sven in Berlin, Germany, commented on the live stream just a few minutes ago and said, I today baked a banana cake. And he said, I was the hero of the day. He said, there's nothing left of it. And I'll be honest, I've heard of all kinds of cake and banana pudding, but I've actually never heard of banana cake. And so you have my attention. White Denzel texts the show, says giblet gravy over mashed potatoes. Bring it on. Give me some, he says. All right. Listen, time out. I got a text about this. It is not related to food. So it's going to be, I'm going to have to just do a clean break here over to a different subject. It's also not had anything to do with sports. Beaver, did you see all this stuff yesterday and everybody posting that they were seeing these northern lights in the sky around here? Okay, it's all over social media. Like people, around here where I live in Tupelo, the pictures that I saw last night, I wonder if anybody in the metro was able to see it or if it was just North Mississippi. I don't know. But yeah, it's like northern lights. You're getting some sort of light show coming around the globe. We weren't able to see it at our house. It's just where we are. And at the time, I don't know if it was too late, but we're also surrounded by trees and we're actually in a pretty decent high spot. We just couldn't see it. But a lot of people did. I've seen a bunch of pictures. Okay. Well, somebody texted, and Beth texted me this, and it says on November 12th, meaning today, Earth is passing through the debris trail of Comet Encke, producing bright, slow-moving fireballs. At the same time, the most powerful solar storm of the year is hitting our planet. Shooting stars and northern lights all in one night. And it said that tonight. I wonder if we're going to be able to see all that too. November 12th. Denzel said you will be able to see the northern lights tonight also. All of Mississippi need to be in an area where not many lights are around. Okay. So somewhere where you don't have street lights. Gotcha. All right. Bulldog Blitz texted and said several people in my family make giblet gravy by using the drippings, not the neck and the inside. Got it. Maroon Miss saw the Northern Lights in Brandon last night. You know, I bet that little tip that you gave there, Denzel, about being in a spot where there's not a whole lot of lights around, you got to get away from the highway. Got to get away from town so that you don't have anything else reflecting up there, right? Okay, if I can do that, then we might see those things. You know, it's 2 nights ago, maybe. Saw a shooting star. Pretty cool. Yeah. And now Matt Lobhon, you know, the meteorologist everybody knows in North Mississippi. He's not at the TV station anymore, but he's got his own online app and weather service, knowledgeable. And he said, if you missed the Northern Lights last night, you might get one more shot at them tonight. So hopefully, I'd love to see them. Shooting stars et al. At the same time. Bring it on. What did Ed say? Ed, hold on. Okay, here's what Ed said on doing the giblet gravy. Cook the turkey parts down and then drain them. Add chopped hard-boiled eggs, celery, and it makes it great. Put it on top of your dressing. Yeah. Golly, it sounds good. All right. How about sports next? We got some time left. We don't have to. I'm saying we could. We'll see where it goes when we come back. In the Bureau, the Farm Bureau Insurance Studio. Back after this.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Farm Bureau Insurance in Mississippi. Local agents in all 82 counties. So here's what that means. You have that fender bender, hopefully you don't, but let's say you do at an odd time. Something goes on. It's Saturday night at 11 p.m. You don't have to wait until Monday morning to call some 800 number and talk to someone 3 states away. You've got your agent's phone number right there on your phone because you go to church with him. Your kids go to school together. He lives right down the road. You see each other at the ball games on Friday nights. So it's personal with your local Farm Bureau insurance agent in all 82 counties in this entire state. And if anything does arise and you need to, run it up the chain or up the flagpole, the home offices for Farm Bureau Insurance are in Jackson, Mississippi. It's right here in the state of Mississippi. It doesn't get more local than and personal, the service that you get with Farm Bureau Insurance in Mississippi. I can't recommend them highly enough. And if you haven't, recently, let them give you a quote. Home, life, auto. It's Farm Bureau Insurance. Go with the home team.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Well, look at what we have here. Christmas come early. Boom. Little green onion country pleasing. That's not all. Little original smoked sausage flavor. That's not all. Jalapeno and cheddar. It has to be one of my favorite, just judging by how much of that stuff I eat. Oh, can't forget. Andouille. Don't be saying andouille, it's andouille. And last, but not least, pork and pineapple. Bun size, 3 links bun size. Look at that right there. Be careful. Come on with it. It's mine. Come here, jalapeno. Oh, that's all mine. Country pleasing sausage. We'll be right back after this message from C Spire. My name is Matt Wyatt. I host the Matt Wyatt radio show out of my home using C Spire fiber.
And when we hit the road as a family, Matt's show goes with us, thanks to C Spire Wireless.
Its ultra-reliable nationwide network lets me broadcast live from anywhere.
And never miss a moment that matters.
Connecting you to what inspires you most on C Spire's blazing fast 5G network. And right now, get your choice of free phone. That's customer inspired. That's C Spire. Y'all like coffee? I know you do. Check it out. Little High Point Roasters from New Albany, Mississippi. That is the breakfast blend. It's whole bean. And if you notice, that's how much I've had already. Brazil Oberon. Not Orgeron or Orgeron, you LSU. No, Brazil Oberon. That ain't all. What we got there? What flavor is that? Papua New Guinea grade AA. Bring it on. High Point Roasters, New Albany, Mississippi. Roast it right there. That's whole bean. One more. I got more. Ah, tried and true. Magnolia blend. High Point Roasters coffee, New Albany, Mississippi. It is the best. Back with you, I'm Matt. In the Bureau, the Farm Bureau Insurance Studio. Okay, regarding these northern lights that we might be able to see tonight, that a lot of people did see last night. A couple of people have mentioned something like this. Jonathan says, last time that they could be seen, I took this from my back porch. He sent me the picture. It's beautiful. You know, it's like night sky with stars, but then all these different, cool colors mixing in up there. He said, I couldn't see a darn thing with my eyes, but my iPhone put on a show. And somebody else mentioned that too and said that I'm trying to find the text on the text line that mentioned that you could do it with your camera. Yeah, it was Jason in Flagstaff. He said they saw the northern lights down here all the way down to Phoenix last night. The one earlier this year, he said, I could barely see with my naked eye, but were vivid on my phone's camera night mode. Yeah, it was Jonathan who said, if you can't see the lights with your eyes, use one of those fancy cameras you have and it'll pick it up much better. Why is that though? When you say pick it up and pick up the colors better than my naked eye could pick them up. That's odd to me. I can't quite, without, somebody explaining it, figure out why that would be the case. Because generally, any camera, even the best ones, are going to have so much less dynamic range, depth perception, bits or bitmaps. Even the most expensive cameras, if we're talking, cinema cameras or DSLR cameras are what? You get, 12-bit at the most. I mean, in terms of what consumers are running around with or what we can run around with, even the most expensive ones, that's 12-bit color. It's not anything near our naked eye. And Maroon Mist is saying that it's refraction of light.
I need to study that. Well, anyway, thanks for the tip. And so maybe that's what it was last night. We were seeing and hearing, hey, you can see them. When we go outside, we're like, we can't see them. I don't see them anywhere. Maybe it's where we are. Maybe it's too late. There's too many trees. I don't know. We're going to try it again tonight. But according to this thing too, there's an increased chance of like what we would consider shooting stars. Because Earth is passing through the debris trail of a comet. So you get bright, slow-moving fireballs in the sky. At the same time, the most powerful solar storm of the year, shooting stars and northern lights all in one night. Want to see that? Saw a shooting star the other night. Oh, yeah. Who we got? It's today, Wednesday. All right, here it is. Here's your football for tonight. You want to watch some football tonight? You've got it. Here we go. College ball on television tonight. CBS Sports Network, 6 p.m., Buffalo at Central Michigan. I mean, pretty decent teams. They're both 5-4. Buffalo's 4-1 in the MAC. Central Michigan's 3-2. And then tonight at 6 on the U. You got Northern Illinois at UMass. And it's the same Northern Illinois that State beat them 38-10 earlier this year. And Northern Illinois is off to a 2-7 record. UMass is over. They're 0-9, 0-5. And then tonight on the Deuce, the Rockets of Toledo versus Miami of Ohio. There'll be one game tomorrow night. That's Troy at Old Dominion in Sun Belt play. There'll be 2 games, college games on Friday night. Most people around here are not going to give a flip about the college games on Friday night because you got the high school football playoffs. But at any rate, Clemson does play on Friday night. On the acronym at 6:30, you get Clemson at Louisville. Clemson's 4-5, Louisville 7-2. And then later that night on Fox Friday night, you get Minnesota at Oregon. Isn't that a great late season conference matchup? 6-3 Minnesota at 8-1 Oregon. Anyway, that's the games that you have. We didn't go through it. We'll maybe do some of that tomorrow. We got plenty of time. I will tell you Friday will be a travel day this week for me. Be trying to get up to Como, Columbia, Missouri. So tomorrow we'll wrap the week up for us. But for those curious, State statistically after this past weekend, SEC games only. This is SEC versus SEC. These stats do not include any of your non-conference. State is at the bottom of the SEC in total defense, giving up 470 yards a game in SEC play. There are 4 SEC teams that have given up over 400 yards a game on defense against other league teams. That's Vandy, Tennessee, Arkansas, and State. Now, most of what State's given up is rushing yardage. State's given up the most rushing yardage to opponents in SEC play at 1,216 yards. That's 10 yards more than South Carolina, giving up 1,206 yards rushing to opponents. Then the only other SEC team that's given up over 1,000 yards rushing this year is Tennessee at just a hair over 1,099. So in terms of rush defense, you're going to be down there at the bottom. Now, total offense, let's see, which I believe is going to be your number for yards per game. That's how they are doing total offense. In league play, State's in the middle of the pack. They are total offense, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They're 8th in the SEC. So they are dead middle of the SEC at 370 yards a game offensively. They're 5 yards a game less than Alabama and about 15 yards a game more than Missouri, okay, in total offense. But we're talking about this week's opponent, Missouri. Defensively, Missouri is in the top 4 in the SEC in total defense. They're only giving up 340 yards a game. Most of the yardage that they have given up this year in SEC play has been in the air. They're a very good rush defense. If I'm looking at the numbers right, the 2 best rushing defenses in the league will be Oklahoma and Texas. Part of that's because they give up pass yards, but same thing. Then Missouri's just right behind them. So it just kind of tells you where everybody is. Total yards that you've accumulated. So this is it's a different kind of stat. It's one of those, it's kind of it means whatever, you want to assume it means, but we're just talking about total yards that you've piled up this year against SEC teams. Offensively, State is close to middle of the pack. I mentioned that, but at 2,220 yards of offense against SEC teams. Missouri is pretty close to the bottom of the league. They've only played 5 SEC games. State's played 6, for example, but Missouri pretty close to the bottom of the league right now at 1,784 yards that they've allowed. They, but I told you per game, they're still bottom half of the league when you just look at it, which if you're averaging out per game, because they play 1 less game, if that makes some sense. In terms of explosiveness offensively, here's another thing to look at. You consider the 2 defenses. Missouri's defense has been much better against good competition than State's has. So you look at what each offense is going up against this weekend. They're really kind of right there together in terms of average yards per play. They're in the bottom half of the league, but they're not in the bottom of the league, just kind of less than halfway mark. But they're right there together. In SEC play, Missouri's averaging 5.1 yards a play. State's averaging 5.02. So they're like really close. And then what about competition? We know that State's played the toughest schedule in the country, them and Florida. It's not debated. It's just a fact. Missouri is really on the other end of the spectrum. So even when you look at their numbers versus SEC teams, look who they've played. South Carolina, bad defense, bad team. Alabama, good team. Auburn, bad offense, decent defense. Vandy, good offense, bad defense. And then Texas A&M, who blew them out last week. So we'll talk about it tomorrow. There's a chance. State's got to score, but there is a chance. All right, that'll wrap it up for today. I'm Matt in the Bureau, the Farm Bureau Insurance Studio. See y'all tomorrow. Same time, same place for Beaver. All of us here on the show. See you then.